today. A much different scene after a thorough system.
Well, tonight there are some folks in Watonga who say they saw the power of God perform a miracle in their local emergency room. There are doctors, nurses, and technicians who saw something they cannot explain medically. A woman brought back to life after all efforts failed, except prayer.
I remember that the Lord, Jesus Christ, was at the side of my bed.
I'll never forget, after her heartbeat was restored, we had a couple of people in there that kind of went, how did that happen?
I saw the power of God today.
The thoughts of those who saw something they will never forget in this emergency room at the Watonga Hospital. Sharon Lee is a nurse and a minister in Watonga. One morning late last year, Sharon was gripped by something she couldn't explain.
All of a sudden, it was just like a strange feeling come over me that something very unusual was going to happen to me.
Once in the emergency room, Sharon suddenly collapsed. Respiratory therapist Jan Franks was on duty.
We hooked her up to the monitors and she had no pulse.
While a medical team frantically tried to restart her heart, outside the emergency room, church members had gathered to pray, along with evangelist Guy Pei from Dallas, who just happened to be in Watonga that week working a revival.
So I just stood up in front of the door in the emergency room in the hospital, laid my hands there and began to pray.
Back inside, while the doctor and nurses tried to get her pulse back, Sharon says she experienced a revelation, Christ standing by her bedside.
He's perfect peace and love. And it was another dimension, another world, and it was just like he was reassuring me that everything was going to be all right.
But reassurance was in short supply for medical personnel trying to save her. They had almost given up hope when, incredibly, Sharon's pulse registered again. How long was she without a heartbeat?
Probably around 30 minutes.
Have you ever seen anybody revive after that long a time without a heartbeat?
No, I haven't.
But Sharon wasn't out of the woods yet. The doctors were certain there would be major brain damage. That's when Reverend Pei was allowed inside the emergency room.
I placed my hand on her front head, and I said, I'm prophesying the breath of God. And I said, God, give her a new brain in the name of Jesus Christ, the Son of the living God.
Today, 3 months physician in the emergency room that day, he is still amazed at how the events unfolded and at Sharon's recovery. Do you think that God could have healed her?
Of course.
I think she got a second life, basically,
And God chose to use my prayers to manifest His power. And I think that's when God touched Sharon in such a mighty way and healed her brain.
As for Sharon, her story has made some people curious about
That are kind of afraid of me. Maybe they think I'm walking dead or something, I don't know. Most people just glorify God. They know it was truly a miracle.
Emergency room the day of Sharon's heart attack was so moved by what she saw, she wrote a column in the Watonga newspaper proclaiming what she said had to be a miracle from above.
The most complete forecast. Teams Mike Morgan.